Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to WJOB Veterans Views. We are coming to you live this Friday morning out of the beautiful Strachan Van Til Food Mart studios that's located in the Purdue Northwest Commercialization and Manufacturing Excellence Center. That's a mouthful. Where, by the way, there will be a U.S. Small Business Administration Boots to Business entrepreneurial workshop here soon, and that'll be on December 4th. We'll talk more about that later. But my name is Connie Karras, your co-host, and I am here with someone very special. We have a really, really wonderful guest here, Mr. Alex Gordon, who is owner of Affordable Housing Company. Sir, how are you this morning?
Wonderful. It's an honor to be here.
Yes, we're happy to have you, and you have some really exciting things to tell us about your company. That is going to be developing some affordable units for male veterans in Northwest Indiana. So we'll get more back into that. First, we're going to have some announcements. We're coming to you out of 104.7 FM and 12:30 AM on your radio dial. And before we get to Mr. Gordon this morning, I just wanted to mention a few things. First off, I'm very happy to announce that the government shutdown is over. Couldn't be more elated to mention that. This was actually a record-breaking shutdown that affected a lot of people. We have a long way to go, though, toward getting all of our services back up and running. But the U.S. House of Representatives voted late on Wednesday, November 12th, 2025, to reopen the federal government after the longest shutdown in history, as well as fund the Department of Veterans Affairs and Defense Department infrastructure projects for a full year. The passage of the legislative package in a 222 to 209 vote brought to a close a 43-day congressional standoff over government funding. It shuttered regional VA offices, suspended the GI Bill hotline, and even forced the Trump administration to shift around billions in funds to pay our U.S. troops. Democrats largely voted against the legislation, citing the lack of an extension of Affordable Care Act tax credits set to expire at the end of the year. Without an extension, an estimated 267,000 veterans will be priced out of health care coverage in 2026. And that's according to an analysis by the Urban Institute think tank. President Donald Trump, however, signed the legislation Wednesday, and we are at least getting going and ending things. And Senate Majority Leader John Thune, Republican of South Dakota, did commit to holding a vote on the expiring health care subsidies this December. Hopefully he will keep his commitment to the millions of citizens who will unfortunately and tragically be priced out of health care if our lawmakers do not fix this issue. So the shutdown is over. The order to fly flags at half-staff is still in effect in honor of Vice President Dick Cheney, who passed away November 4th, 2025. He, of course, served under the 41st President of the United States, George H.W. Bush, and our sincerest condolences to the Cheney family. All right, so we have something very important now before we get on with things to do, and that is to thank our Patriot partners. And by the way, before I go on with that, we wanted to extend our absolute sincerest condolences to Steve Bramer, co-host Steve Bramer's wife, Megan. Her uncle passed away. That is why Steve is not here with us co-hosting. Our sincerest condolences to the Bramer family and Steve's wife's family. And also, Rocky is taking the day off, and Leslie should be with us soon. Until then, it is just me, and I am going to thank all of our wonderful Patriot partners, without whom we would not be able to go into our 16th year that we celebrated this past October. All right, I want to thank the founding American Legion Victory Post 168. It meets the first Tuesday at 6 p.m., 6849 Columbia Avenue, Hammond, 219-937-4264. Calumet Breweries, 6535 Osborne Avenue, Hammond, 219-845-2242, Calumet Park Cemetery and Funeral Chapel, always supporting our veterans. 2305 West 73rd Avenue, Maribel. Call for special burial packages, 219-769-8803. Chapel number is 219-736-5840. The Disabled American Veterans, Chapter 17, meets the first Thursday at 7 p.m. at the Glen F. Renneker VFW, Post 802-5820, Holman Avenue, Hammond. The Disabled American Veterans, Chapter 80, meets the second Friday, Cedar Lake VFW, Post 261, 13050 Washington Street, Cedar Lake, 219-386-2282. And the Disabled American Veterans Chapter 102 meets the first Friday at the Fraternal Order of Eagles, 805 Elm Street, Valparaiso. Doors open at 12 p.m. for claims. Meeting is from 6:30 to 7:30, and then claims will again start until they are all done for the day. 219-200-0404. Laborers Union of North America, Laborers International Union, LIUNA of North America, 41, that's a mouthful, 500 Superior Street, Munster, Indiana, 219-924-7922. The Military Order of the Purple Heart, Chapter 721, meets the second Thursday at 7 p.m., also at the Glen F. Renneker VFW, Post 802, 5820 Holman Avenue in Hammond. Family Dental Care. Veterans receive free exams, x-rays, and cleanings, as well as a 10% discount on all other services. There are currently 8 convenient Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana locations: Chicago's East, South Sides, Calumet City, Crestwood, Oak Lawn, Evergreen Park, Munster, and their newest and second Northwest Indiana location, soon coming, possibly at the end of the year, in Griffith, Indiana. Call 219-804-9329 to schedule your appointment in Munster, or go to FamilyDentalCare.com to schedule at all other locations. Ron J. Prestimer Insurance Company for all your insurance needs: auto, home, life, health, business, and more. 7207 Indianapolis Boulevard, Suite 1, Hammond, 219-844-0103. Kuziak Construction, 1235 Summer Street, Hammond, 219-923-3007. And our newest contributor, Heroes Helping Heroes, Northwest Indiana, a 501c3 helping veterans, first responders, and our connected communities. HeroesHelpingHeroes.com, and you can contact founder Rich Tokars at realtorricht@gmail.com, 219-670-2501. And the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, 988lifeline.org. Call or text this life-saving lifeline 24/7, 365 for confidential help if you're in crisis. And 988 is also a well-connected referral network for individuals and families in need of social services. Services are now available in Spanish, and you can text or call 988 and add a 1, and you can be connected to a veteran, a peer support veteran, someone who cares about you and loves you. So again, that's 988. And yesterday, by the way, I went to a crisis training, intervention training, CIT. That was yesterday at the Highland Police Department, and the Indiana director of 988, Mr. Nick Richardson, was there, and he gave a wonderful presentation. And this 988 service is such a wonderful, I think it's utilized greatly, but it's also underutilized. And a lot of people don't realize you don't need to be suicidal to use it. You can be, good morning, Leslie.
Good morning, good morning.
Yes, how are you, my friend?
Tired,
yes.
Yeah, you know, I got my mom
Yes.
here with me, and so this is a new thing for me.
Leslie moved her mother from, where was it?
Virginia Beach,
Virginia Beach. Oh, to be with her in Northwest Indiana. Bless your heart. And she's doing well, and it was an uneventful trip, I take it.
Well, we'll
smooth
talk about
sailing?
that. No, it wasn't, not at all, but
No.
she's here.
Oh.
So she's here safe and sound. So
Okay.
it was more or less, the move itself was a little trying, and she didn't receive all of her items. So
Yeah.
and that's the battle.
Well, Yeah, that's what happens in moves, unfortunately. And it was for quite a ways away as well.
900 miles to be exact, from her door to mine.
I hope you both get some well-needed sleep. Steve, as I had mentioned, just so you know, is his wife lost a family member, and they're at a funeral. So we want to extend our
Today.
yes,
My
that's today.
condolences to you and your wife.
Yes, to Steve. Yeah,
Steve Bramer.
Steve.
Oh, you did say that. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
yes.
My condolences, Steve.
Yes. So, all right. We do have a lot of things to talk about. We have a lot of wonderful recurring and new events. I actually want to get to those first before we have a really wonderful conversation with you, Alex, because sometimes we get to talking, things happen, and we don't discuss our very important events coming up. So what we have coming up, and I'm just going to, instead of handing this to you, Leslie, so I don't reach across Alex, I'm just going to mention these very quickly, and then we can have a very nice discussion with Alex.
Excuse me, Connie. I have a few as well, too.
Do you?
Just
Excellent.
a few.
Excellent. Why don't you go first?
Okay. All right. Danielle handed me something about Facebook.com has a You Matter page for veterans, and their mission is real simple. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not You Matter. You Matter Too. You Matter Too Inc. is a 501c3 nonprofit founded by Sylvia and Chad King in 2016. For over 8 years, our simple mission is to serve one veteran or first responder at a time. Many veterans and first responders are struggling with PTSD, unemployment, homelessness, and other issues as they try to find their way in our civilian world. Our message to them is you are not alone.
Wonderful.
And then we have 2025 Fuel for Heroes. This in 2016 was launched, a groundbreaking initiative to raise essential funds for local charities dedicated to supporting our veterans. Year by year, our event has experienced remarkable expansion. As the years have gone by, we've seen a rising number of veterans and first responders who need our help. With your invaluable support, we're able to introduce new missions to our calendar. These include impactful events such as camping, Thanksgiving, Christmas basket, pizza parties for our homeless veterans, and that is Fuel You Matter Too. I don't know. And the last one that I have is a wine and whiskey winter fundraiser sponsorship. And this is for, it's an evening of art, spirits, and giving back. So I don't see the date on here.
We'll go back.
Wait a minute.
Do you
It's
see it?
Denver. Oh, can't see with these glasses. I believe it's December 6, 2025. Okay.
And where is that?
Where is Danielle? Okay, we'll get back
We'll
with
get
Danielle.
back. We'll get back.
Okay.
Absolutely. Hold on to that, and we'll
Will
return
do.
to that later in because we do a recap of the events later in the show. And Joe, I'm going to start just mentioning some events, and if you could just show the graphics. You don't have to show all of them, but I'm just going to start with our November events very quickly. We have some really wonderful things coming up for the holidays. The North Township Trustee has let's see, the Vets and Friends Thanksgiving event. Let's see. There we go. I'm going to, here we go. Now I have it up. That's the Vets and Friends Thanksgiving event with the North Township Trustee. Now, normally the Vets and Friends Coffee, as we all know, social is in the clubhouse. This is the annual Thanksgiving social, so that won't be in the clubhouse. That will be actually in the large social center that's further back off of Indianapolis Boulevard, and that will be on Thanksgiving from 5 to 7. It's a wonderful time, very wonderful time. And then what we have next is on the 19th, there's a Vets and Friends Thanksgiving turkey giveaway. And I think we have a flyer for that as well. That is on the 19th. That's also going to be at Wicker Park. That is, let's see. Connie. Yes. Yep. Say again? There it is, Veterans Turkey Giveaway. It's from 10 to noon. Oh, excuse me, it's on Saturday the 22nd, not on Thanksgiving. My apologies. Then we have a wonderful Thanksgiving thing on the 21st. This is actually not a Thanksgiving, but a lunch and learn. This is going to be at the Hammond Sportsplex. This is through the Hammond Mayor McDermott's disabilities organization. Let's see, where is it? Lunch and Learn, November 21st from 10 to 1, Hammond Sportsplex. And it's the Mayor Thomas. Could you make that a little bit bigger for me, Joe? Other way. There we go. Mayor's Commission on Disabilities. There are going to be several speakers there. Again, it's at the Hammond Sportsplex on Indianapolis Boulevard on November 21st. And Veterans Views will be speaking. There will be Rick's service dogs, Rick Johnson and Tracker, to talk about service dogs. I think Pat O'Donnell with the DAV will be speaking as well. So that'll be a wonderful event. And then also, we're going to have on November 15th, Heroes Helping Heroes Holiday. And that's going to be, I think we have that graphic as well. There we go. Heroes Helping Heroes. That is one of our wonderful contributors to the show, Mr. Rick Tokars. Saturday, November 15th from 3 to 7 at local.
Tomorrow.
Yes, that's tomorrow. Local 150 at 2193 West 84th Place in Maryville. And Heroes, it's for first responders, veterans, and our families. We are not charged any kind of admission, but everyone else, it's $15. You're going to get raffle. You'll get a dinner. It's going to be a wonderful, wonderful family time. And and then also, I just wanted to, before we talk to you, we'll get to you, Mr. Gordon. I wanted to show just some quick pictures of some wonderful, wonderful veteran events. I attended on November 8th the World War I and II and Holocaust Memorial Site dedication with the Friends of the Veterans Memorial Parkway Commission. Our Honor Guard, there we go, that is the Honor Guard and some of the Indiana Patriot Guard riders who held the flag line. That is, if you were looking at this photograph from the left, Mike Whitlatch, and then we have Gary Havlin, and then there's Maureen Whitlatch, that's Mike's spouse. And then we have Mr. Martin Boucher, he's the Sergeant at Arms, and I'm right next to him to his left, that's me, holding my rifle. And then behind us, we have Paul Rosenwinkel behind Mr. Boucher. He is the Patriot Guard Rider Assistant Direct Captain, I believe. And then we have Nick Suarez and several more Patriot Guard riders in the back. Looks like Tom Lewis and Xander Lewis and Mr. Wilkerson. So that was a wonderful time. That is the World War I again and II and Holocaust site dedication, and that's been in the works for 20 years. That was a wonderful time. And also one more thing, I also attended as an honor guard the Lansing Memorial Veterans Day, Veterans Day service over at the Lansing Memorial, and there we are shooting. That's the rifle team shooting at that wonderful event, and it had a beautiful, they had the most tight drill team squad. And if Joe, if you could just show, there was this squad of four female veterans. They were just wonderful. If you can't find that, that's okay. We also had a rifleman who was also throwing his rifle, and that was really impressive. Yes. So we went inside the hangar because it was so cold. So some wonderful events that we attended to keep our veterans and honoring our veterans, all of our memories, those who gave all and those still serving, and those who are still serving out of uniform, as we are here. So, okay, without further ado, Mr. Alex Gordon is here with us. He is the owner of Affordable Living Company. And you came to a Veterans Roundtable several months ago, a North Township Veterans Roundtable that I was at, and you spoke, you addressed us, and tell us about this wonderful new development that's coming to Northwest Indiana for male veterans.
Yeah, well, we're an affordable living company, and as the name implies, we provide affordable housing for folks. It's a shared living model where you get a private room, a fully furnished room. You share a kitchen, a bathroom, and all of that, including utilities, will cost you $750 a month.
Wow, that's great.
Yes.
So it's a great model for you because A, it's affordable, and B, you always know what your bill is going to be for utilities and housing on a monthly basis. You don't have to guess. You don't have to wonder how much it's going to be my heat, my internet. All of that is included. So it gives great options for folks that are maybe struggling and looking for help.
Now I'm looking at this right here, the graphic about this, and it says $750. As you said, the utilities are included, correct?
Correct.
And internet.
That is really wonderful.
good.
That's really something, because as we know right now, how everything has just so exponentially increased in cost. It's almost impossible for people to make ends meet. I feel for my grandchildren. I don't know what kind of world they're going to grow up in. But this is really wonderful. So let's take a look at the other at your brochure here. This is really something. So the units here. Now, this is again for only men at this time. Are there any plans to bring any of this similar type of housing for women veterans?
We may do so, but when we're starting this up, one of the things when we doing the research, we saw a few options available for women. We saw a few options available for kids and families. We saw nothing out there for men. So our veterans, our men, end up on the street or in the shelters, and we wanted to give an option to folks that don't have any other options right now.
Right. And thank you for that. Yes, thank you for that. When I went yesterday to crisis intervention training at the Highland Police Department as a Munster VIPS, I'm a Munster Volunteer and Police Service, that I went on behalf of that organization. We talked about homelessness and, how women a family that's in crisis, right, and needs to go to a shelter. I was really surprised to learn how few shelters for men there are in Northwest Indiana. There really are only 2 for men, men only. Women have about 10 of them, and that was shocking. And one thing I also didn't realize until this training yesterday was that if a woman is in crisis for whatever reason, domestic violence or anything that's a crisis and really needs to find housing soon, if she has a male child 6 or older, she cannot take her family there. Even so, say she has boys who are 6+ and some other children, daughters. What is she supposed to do? Leave the boy and just take the rest of her family? So that's really, some laws need to change here. So I can see why you're gearing this toward men. And the homelessness problem, are you finding that that's really, and I've talked to VA representatives, VA workers, even somebody who works in the homeless program at Jesse Brown. She told me that suicide is going down and that the homelessness is going down. Now, is that, from my vantage point, I haven't seen any real indication of that, just from being an observer. Have you any thoughts on that? Do you think that really those rates are going down in those populations?
Anecdotally, it would appear that the number of tents under the bridges are only going up, and as the housing is becoming more expensive, it feels like the homelessness is not getting a lot better. Having said that, I don't have access to exact numbers, and those numbers are difficult to get to begin with.
Yeah, it's a problem, and I think it's based upon how statistics are formed. We can law enforcement does this oftentimes. Sometimes the data is skewed a little bit to give a different picture. So,
how do you define homelessness?
How do you define homeless? Is couch surfing considered homeless if you don't have an address, right?
Exactly.
And it is, but those folks are not factored into. Of course, the
That's
data.
what I was going to say. I have a brother. He was homeless in Vegas, and they had like the HUD VASH program, and he's no longer homeless. He has a studio apartment, thank goodness. But I think also what you were saying, how the numbers are skewed. I think sometimes veterans just get tired of trying. And so they kind of drop off the rolls. Like, okay, I came here once, I can't get anything. I've come again, you all don't have anything for me. So sometimes they just fall off, fade to black, and that's why it appears that the numbers may be going down. When in all actuality, it isn't, because if regular people who had jobs, they're becoming homeless, the veterans are still homeless.
Yes, and I think it's the same way with suicide.
Absolutely.
Because in the CIT training yesterday at Highland PD, in talking with the social workers who facilitated this, Eric Arias Corbin, police social worker at Griffith, Haley Gonlag, a police social worker at Highland, in talking with them, that's really not the case. It's really not the case. And, and we always hear 22 too many, 22 as the number of veterans who take our lives. We need to change our perspective on this. And now with so much more substance abuse disorder abuse,
Through the
and
roof. That crystal meth through the roof.
it's hard to live. People, and you can see it by the way they drive. People, a lot of people are distracted driving, but now more so than ever. And things don't exist in a vacuum. It's really hard to live right now with what's going on with this instability. There's so much instability in the country and unsureness of what's going to happen in the future. So, yeah, we really need to come together more than ever. Alex, it looks like this development is going to be in Hammond. Is that correct?
Yeah, we already have one house, an
Okay.
eight-bedroom house operating in Hammond for about 4 or 5 months. We have another one coming up, also in Hammond, that's going to be 6 bedrooms. And one that's going up at Miller Beach, that's going to be also 6 bedrooms. What we try to do in the houses, we try to do a great ratio of people to facilities. So, for example, in both houses in Hammond, we'll have 2 kitchens, one upstairs, one downstairs, so the guys can share without running all over each other. The bathrooms is the same thing. We try to put as many bathrooms as possible according to the floor plan to make sure that the guys are not overwhelmed. If they want to take a shower, they can take a shower. If they have to go to the bathroom, they don't have to wait. So laundry facility is the same thing. We try to put 2 laundry facilities, one on each floor, so folks have ready access to the facilities when they need them.
And of course, they're ADA accessible, I would imagine.
They're not ADA compliant,
Yeah.
but we do make an effort to make sure that folks can be accommodated.
That's what
Okay.
I was going to ask. Like, do you have extra wide doors for people who need
Yeah,
to get in with
yeah.
wheelchairs?
Yeah, the second house for us will have a wheelchair ramp. It will have.
Okay.
We've put in extra large doors to make sure the wheelchair can lower in it, and the
Okay.
shower pans are accessible for the wheelchair. So we don't advertise that we are ADA compliant because we are not. But if
Okay.
somebody does want to live in it that has some physical challenges, it's a good place.
Okay. So someone with an assistive device such as a wheelchair
A
will still
walker,
be able
Yeah, absolutely.
to access
yeah,
the entry. Wonderful, wonderful. Now, is the house that is currently in Hammond is that a new development, or did you basically refurbish an existing home?
So what we typically do is we'll take either a house in poor shape or a blighted house, and we will strip it down to the studs, and we will basically essentially rebuild it. New roof, new insulation, new drywall, everything. As an example, the second house we're currently working on was a drug house, and we've stripped it down to the very basics, and we're able to make a beautiful space out of it. And the type of finishes we do is we try to do it to such quality that we all wouldn't mind living in it. That's kind of the standard I use. If I don't mind living in it, I don't mind. This is what I want people to live in. There's a saying in the landlord industry. It says your place will get the tenants it deserves.
I like that.
Right? And if your place is beautiful, you're going to get great people.
And from looking at the photos here, it looks like really a very inviting, warm space. Yes. And there's no lease commitment, and there is an on-site manager for support and safety if anybody needs any assistance.
There is, and part of the wonderful feature of these houses is that on-site manager gives it the discipline and structure that some of the folks need. It gives the ability for folks to learn some good habits. Everybody will have a chore, everybody will have responsibility, and everybody has to respect the rules and others. If that doesn't happen, then the manager gets involved. But by the same token, there's a sense of community. So the guys get together to watch football on TVs, right? There's very often we'll have people provide them housing, but we don't provide them a sense of community. So yes, they have housing, but they're isolated. Not the case here.
Now, is there a policy on drug and alcohol usage?
There's very much a policy, and it's a very strict rule. There is no alcohol or smoking in the house, and we're not even speaking of drugs. So you may have a past with alcohol, you may have a past with drugs. Most of the folks that live in there do. They're either recovering alcoholics or recovering substance abuse folks. And as long as you're maintaining the sobriety, you're welcome in the house.
That is really wonderful, because I do know that there are there is some veteran housing in the area where that is a problem.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm not going to say where, but it is a problem, and that's good to know that you're helping them along to maintain wellness.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
yes, absolutely.
Does the group, the building, the manager, the house manager, do they ever conduct like group sessions where they just talk as men amongst themselves?
We have home meetings.
Okay.
We don't have any therapeutic sessions. We only provide housing.
Okay.
So we don't provide any services, healthcare services beyond that, because we're simply not qualified.
Okay.
Having said that, all of our folks have some sort of background in that area. They're either recovering addict or they have history with alcoholism. Most of our folks belong to AA.
Okay.
So there's this sense of shared common background. Not everybody has that, but for the most part, folks do.
Well, that's good. It's camaraderie.
Yeah.
Yes. And do you provide referrals to, even though you don't provide any type of professional allied healthcare services, do you provide referrals in the community to any kind of professional counseling?
So we haven't been in the past, just because we haven't known enough folks. But as we learn more and more social services, and folks like yourselves, right, we develop these relationships, and now we know for this issue you should probably go to this person, or for this problem you should go to this social service organization. And we meet these folks all the time at fairs and whatever. So we're developing these close-knit relationships where we can just pick up a phone and call, hey, Joe is having a problem, can you help him?
Right. And you were at the North Township Roundtable that is made up of people from in the community who, we're networking and we're all working together. So, and I noticed also that not only are the utilities covered, Wi-Fi you cover, which that can be pretty darned expensive,
that's
right?
what they said at the beginning. You have your utilities, internet, your place to live.
All for
Hot bed.
$750.
Hot food,
No
nice
food.
rack.
No food.
Well, not, but I'm saying they can prepare their food
Yes.
better.
In the little kit,
You
they have a
have a
kitchen.
kitchen, so
Yes,
you have,
A fridge,
you have a house.
Yeah, they have a common fridge. But if you want to have a fridge in your room to keep some of the valuable food that you really like and you don't want anybody to touch it, you're welcome to do so. You can have a TV in your own room.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can have like a little apartment of your own in a way.
So 6 bedrooms and then a common area.
Yeah,
right?
two common areas,
Two
right.
common areas.
So each floor will have a common area with a TV and some couches there. Typically both floors will have laundry facilities. So, yeah.
That's nice.
Are
Very
these
nice.
do the laundry facilities require coins
No.
or
No, we want to encourage folks to do their laundry. So I think if we ask them to pay, it discourages that.
right?
And
So
then
even that's covered.
Yeah, absolutely. So in this communal environment, we want people to do as much laundry as possible. So,
That is this is wonderful. And there's nearby grocery stores. There's Aldi, Walmart, Supercenter, Strachan Van Til, shopping center near River Oaks, just minutes away, actually, right from this building.
When we pick sites, what we try to do is we try to hit areas that have employment opportunities, that have walking distance grocery stores, and hopefully public transportation. Hammond and Gary are not fantastic on public transportation, not like Chicago,
Right.
but there's still some opportunities there.
Right. Gary Public Transportation does have bus routes currently. I know
Yeah.
for a while that around the pandemic that
Yeah.
services were interrupted, but now and there's the South Shore. How close is it to the South Shore commuter
The
line?
Miller Beach House is walking distance.
right.
It's right downtown.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay. So if somebody wanted to apply to live here, what procedure would somebody follow?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I just want to highlight how fast we are. So, theoretically, if you approach us and you need housing, within 2 days you could be moved in.
Wow.
Oh my word!
And the process
Wow.
goes something like this: you'll fill out an intake form. If you can't do it, you can get your social worker to do it or your friend, whatever. We get that in. We run your background. If the background doesn't have any violent crime in the last 5 years, if you don't have any sexual predatory history, you're welcome in. You obviously have to have a source of funding, whether it's your family or SSI or SSID. You have to be able to pay $750 a month. We would then ask you to have an interview with a house manager, and our house manager is fantastic because he has background in that type of environment. So talking with you for 15 minutes, there's a great assessment whether you're the right temperament. We typically have older men come join us, but we're not opposed to young folks, provided they have the right temperament. And what I mean by that is you're respectful, you're kind, you're willing to live in a fairly subdued environment, quiet. Like we have lights out at 10 p.m. in the common areas, and you can continue doing what you want as long as it's nice and quiet. But it has to be respectful of others. You have to be following the chores. You have to clean after yourself to be respectful of others.
Sure. Now, I've noticed and do we have a caller? We most certainly do. Joey, it's our favorite Marine, probably eating a few crayons. Oh, it says Joey up at the top. You might wonder, yeah. Okay. All right. It looks like we have Commander Dillon. Hold on there, Commander Dillon. We'll be right there. So no, I just wanted to clarify, no history of sexual violence, correct?
No
Not just with
history,
the.
yeah.
So the no violent crimes in the last 5 years is the
Correct.
requirement, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Now, do you just do a background check, or
We do.
does someone go through an assessment, like an intake, also, to be kind of approved from an intake?
Yeah, the intake is really to understand what is your infrastructure in your life. Do you have a social worker? What kind of meds you're on?
Right.
Making sure that we understand the background and the full context of your past. And then we have your basic information so we can run the background check.
Sure.
We run the background check, provided that's clean. We don't have any issues.
Great.
What about house guests?
No house guests, period.
Even during the day?
Even during the day. Having said that, if you need health care, if you have a housekeeper coming in taking care of your blood pressure medications or whatever,
Okay.
they're welcome in. Social workers are welcome in. Folks that help you with your mental
Right.
Okay.
state of mind or
Right.
your physical state of mind are welcome in. If you want to bring your girlfriend, unfortunately, that's not going
No,
to
I was
be allowed.
thinking even like you said, these are older men. Like
Yeah.
if their children wanted to come and check in with them.
Yeah, unfortunately, we won't allow that, but
Okay.
you're welcome to meet outside the
out.
house, in the
Okay.
restaurant or whatever. Welcome to do that.
Okay.
And we'll get to command. Oh, one more question. And if someone does have a vehicle, is there parking?
There's
on
definitely
site?
parking. There's
Okay.
parking on the street, plenty of parking.
Great, wonderful. All right. Good morning, Commander Dillon. How are you, sir?
Hey, good morning, G.I. Joe, G.I. Jane, citizen soldiers, and happy 250-year birthday to Joey and his Marine pals, because their birthday just passed, I believe.
Yes, it did. And I think I look pretty darn good for 250 years of age. I don't look a day over 200, do I, Commander Dillon?
You look great, Connie, and the show is great, and it's a great topic that you have, too, because housing and what your guest's doing to help veterans and their families, that's very important nowadays, or any time, but especially now. So thank you for having him on. I just got a couple announcements real quick, let you get back to your show. Thank you for announcing the Lunch and Learn. We've been promoting it, and it's first time City of Hammond's done this, and it'll be for disabled veterans or their caretakers or spouse and or a friend that would like to attend. as you said, November 21st. I'm going to give you a phone number to call if you like to RSVP, and then I'll just tell you the speakers again, and then one more announcement about Tom Clark and getting an award, and you can have the show back. But anyway, having said that, it's this Friday this coming Friday, the 21st, the Lunch and Learn, and the phone number to call to RSVP is 219-853-7311. That's Cynthia Rangel at the Disabled Commission's Office, Disabled Veterans. And so again, the phone number 853-7311. Call that to RSVP. And the speakers, it's going to be like I'm saying, attend about 9:30 a.m. And then we'll have State Representative Carolyn Jackson talking about DAV benefits for the state. Lake County Veterans Service Office Jason Goatee, same subject about the county. And, of course, the Veterans Views radio host, all of them are there for autographs. A lot of demand for that. Then a lunch break, and then Rick Johnson with his service dog, Tracker, and Pat O'Donnell talking about DAV. So we have a great lineup, and we're encouraging everyone to attend, come out, and learn a lot about the DAV and what benefits it's available for them. Also, I attended a ceremony in the county, Veterans Day ceremony, and it was a wonderful program. And Tom Clark was honored, and we all know Tom Clark and his commitment to the veterans and the military, the things that he's done. And they had a resolution honoring Tom Clark, and I wanted to congratulate him for that. But just a couple of announcements, and that's about it. Any questions?
Do you have a flag? Let's be right about flag etiquette question, Commander.
No, but I will repeat the answer to last week's. Okay. I ran into a couple of people and they asked me, and the question was if a new state enters the union, like recently, I think Alaska was the last one. When do you put the star on the blue field on the flag after a new state is accepted into the Union as part of the United States? And the answer to that is the following 4th of July. That's when they can start making new flags, adding the new star to represent that new state. So it's not the next day. It's maybe a year later.
Right.
But that's when the star is added. But anyway, that's part of Let's Be Right About Flag Etiquette.
And that's a great question.
Flag.
Yep.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. But anyway, I'll let you get back to the show. And I know I think you got your Marine buddy on the line, on hold, and I don't want to keep Joey waiting.
All right. Thank you so much, Commander Dillon, and thank you, United States Air Force veteran. You go ahead.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Connie, but while I'm thinking, condolences to Steve Bramer, and I'm glad that you put that out so that we all know what him and his family is going through, too. So to Steve and his family, we want to extend our condolences. Okay?
Indeed. Thank you, sir. Take care. And I do want to mention, Joey on the line, right? Before we go to Joey, I just wanted to mention that Steve's wife, Megan, her uncle passed. And but sometimes we are raised by people who are not our parents, right? And this is a very painful situation for their family. Our deepest condolences on the passing of her beloved uncle. So, Joey, Semper Fi, Marine, how are you this morning?
I'm okay. How are you, Connie?
We are doing well. Now, what's going on? What flavor crayon are you eating at the moment?
I always use the multicolored box.
Yeah,
grape is my favorite, but you can always get purple. So that. But
well, happy birthday.
Yeah, you too. Happy birthday. As I say, great. What I'll let you know is that when you saw my name on the thing this morning, the first one, I was the first one to call in, and then the commander was second. Okay, and I heard him on the thing, so I told Joe. I says, I'll show military courtesy. Let the colonel, let the commander go first. So that's why things got switched around, because originally I was first. But like I say, I show my military courtesy and I let the commander go first.
Once a Marine, always a Marine. Esprit de corps, my friend. Semper Fi.
Improvise, adapt, and overcome.
Yes.
Okay. Well, now I was going to call maybe to find out what happened with Steve, because I tuned in late. But now I know it just said it. Because I talked to him Tuesday and he was under the weather, and he said, "I'm sorry, I was supposed to come. We were supposed to meet for breakfast." He said, "Joey, I'm not feeling good. Can we?" Yeah, that's fine, Steve. Whatever. Take care of yourself first. So I didn't know there was a loss, but he said he was under the weather Tuesday when we were supposed to get together. So it's okay. That's fine. So. I don't know. I don't know when the uncle passed away or whatever, but like I said, that kind of blew me. And I thought, oh, man, Steve's still sick, because I know John Rodriguez was sick for over a week, and I don't know if he's better yet.
Yes. And speaking of John, I do believe he is going to be. Is Danielle still here? Danielle, are you there?
She's here.
Danielle, is John Rodriguez going to be? Is he going to be at Cedar Lake or Lowell on the third Saturday? Do you know?
Can she hear you?
Yeah. Will John be at Cedar Lake or Lowell the third Saturday? Do you know his schedule? Yeah. Get back to us later and we'll announce it. So, yeah. Okay.
Do you know?
Do you know offhand? No? Okay.
And then the main reason I called.
Yeah, we'll let you know. Hold on a second, Joey. We'll let everybody know at the end of the show. Thank you, Danielle. And we got to speed. We're running out of time here, Joey. So okay. I'm going to have to cut you off here. You have one more announcement?
Well, real quick, it's going to be. This is good news for all the veterans in Northwest Indiana. I heard from a reliable source that they're going to have a VA hospital right there in Crown Point, real close to ABJ. So a VA hospital coming to Northwest Indiana.
Yes.
So that's what they're,
Yes.
So,
well, thank you for letting us know that. We will actually keep tabs on that and report as it gets closer to that time. And speaking of Tom Clark, to allude back to what Commander Dillon was saying, the Veterans Museum now has a new location away from the Safety Village with a bigger space, and that's going to be announced as well officially more as the time draws closer to that. So, Joey, thank you for calling. It's always wonderful to hear your voice. I will make it out to Cafe Stelios first Saturday of every month. Cafe Stelios is the Veterans Breakfast. It's the All Veterans Breakfast. It's at 8:00. It's at Cafe Stelios on Broadway in Maryville, and I'm going to make it there out there one day. I promise. But I'm a Department of Defense Indiana Military Honor Guard rifleman. So on Saturdays we always have we have funerals. So. But Joey, you take care. You give our best to Quincy and Barb and Semper Fi, my friend. We'll take care. You have a wonderful day. Take care, sir.
Give me a call later, Connie. I want to talk to you. Okay?
I will, my friend. Semper Fi, my friend.
Thank you.
God bless. Take good care. So, and so now I wanted to get back to just some contact information. Do we have another caller? Oh, we have 10 minutes. We got the 10. I thought, was he stretching or do we have a call? He's putting both hands up here like this. We got the 10-minute countdown. Could we put up, Joe, the graphic that has the Affordable Living Company contact information? Because I would like to let everybody know how they can get a hold of Mr. Gordon at his company, Affordable Living Company. So you do have a website here, I see. It's affordableliving7715.com, correct?
Correct.
For more information. And in order to contact you, the email is affordablelivingcompany@gmail.com. There's the graphic for those of us who are live streaming. And then there is a phone number. We'll show that a few minutes toward the end too. 219-200-0497. Again, that's 219-200-0497. 0497. The website is affordableliving7715.com. And the email is affordablelivingcompany@gmail.com. We'll leave that up for a minute. And so you said that there's a second location that you're looking at right now. Will that also be in Hammond, Indiana?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. The second location is probably 3 to 4 weeks away.
Okay.
And we're hoping to welcome folks in that time frame. We will do an open house for social workers and veterans and everybody who is interested in the house right before the opening, just folks can walk through and take a look. Now, we also do have an event today in a house at 6039 Jackson, our first house. And what we're doing there today is we're giving away free medical supplies. We have a lot of hand sanitizer to give away and a lot of alcohol wipes and skin wipes. These supplies, the origin for these supplies is very interesting. My wife is a president of Ukrainian Medical Association in North America, and they organized 4 planes, 4 charters of medical supplies to Ukraine.
Oh, bless your heart.
When the war started, and unfortunately, we couldn't ship alcohol because it's flammable. So all of that stuff is just sitting there, and we're hoping to donate that throughout the community. You go out to the store, I think a bottle of hand sanitizer is $3. So we're giving all the stuff away by boxes. Just for frame of reference, we have 700 pallets
Wow.
of alcohol, hand sanitizer and wipes sitting in the warehouse, and instead of throwing it away, we'd love to give it away throughout the community. To repeat this, the event's going to happen at 6039 Jackson Avenue in Hammond. And while there, we'd love to show you the house. This house is already in operation. You can walk through the house, get a sense of the accommodations and sense of community that we have at the house.
And what time will that be happening today?
That will happen at 1 p.m.
1 p.m. And how long will that go on?
Probably a couple of hours.
A couple of hours, just like a typical open house, a few hours.
Exactly.
Okay, 6039 Jackson Avenue, friends, in Hammond, Indiana, an open house. And this is the existing unit in Hammond, Indiana of Affordable Living Company. And that'll be going on from 1 to 3 Central Time today. 6039 Jackson Avenue, Hammond, Indiana. If you want to see one of these units and what it's like, and will you be there, or will you have some staff?
I will definitely be
You'll
there.
definitely be there. Wonderful, wonderful. And again, let's. We've probably got another 5 minutes left. We'll show at the very end. Give the contact information again. But what in closing would you like to really say to us about this living situation that's really important to tell us before we go off the air?
Yeah, I would say that this solution is a great solution in this tier of folks that make some money or have a source of funding but don't have enough for an apartment. And it's also great for people that don't want to live on the street but do have some of that income. And there's quite a few of those folks because, to enter an apartment, you have to put up 2 or 3 months worth of security deposit.
Right.
You have to have
First
continual
month's rent.
income, right? Chances are it's a minimum $1,500 plus
Right.
utilities, right? So before you know it, you're priced out. So it's a great solution for those of you who want to live in a decent neighborhood, in very good conditions,
And with other people there as a support, there's a social. These men will not be living alone.
Correct.
They will not be just living in single units. It's a common area, and they will have camaraderie.
Yeah.
And now, is the $750 irrespective of what other income? Say, does one's disability rating or any type of other income affect?
It does not.
The approval. Yeah. It does not. So
It's straightforward, $750 makes the math really easy.
yes, yeah. Wonderful. Thank you for doing this for the community. We thank you so much. It's so needed. So needed.
Absolutely.
Yes, for our beloved veterans. I don't think I go anywhere anymore now in streets that normally didn't have a homeless person, and I see people living on the street, and
Sad.
yes,
It's very sad.
it's tragic. Let's give that information. Joe, could you show that graphic one more time for those who are live streaming this? The Affordable Living Company, give them a call to get started. It is 219-200-0497. Again, 219-200-0497. Email is affordablelivingcompany@gmail.com. And please visit the website, affordableliving7715.com. Again, affordableliving7715.com. And there is going to be an open house at the current building, the current living quarters at 6039 Jackson Avenue in Hammond, Indiana, today from 1 to 3 Central Time. Company owner, Mr. Alex Gordon, will be there, and you're giving away hand sanitizer. Wonderful.
Among other things.
Among other things. Great. I'm going to try to stop by.
Please.
Yes, would love to see this. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. It's been an honor to be here.
And
And
before
thank you for your service to veterans.
yes,
Thank you.
and before you leave, are you a veteran, or is there anyone in your family who's a veteran?
I'm not a veteran. I do have family that's a veteran. And one of the reasons I'm here is I really want to target veterans for this solution, just because I really feel strongly about giving back to the people that gave back to this country so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, everybody. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you next Friday. Next Friday, we will have the Department of Defense, Indiana Military Honor Guard, some of the members, and the Indiana Patriot Guard Riders on the show. So it'll be a wonderful show, and hopefully Steve and Rocky will be back joining us. And again, our deepest condolences to Steve and his wife on the loss of his wife's uncle. Everybody have a wonderful day. Remember, this is the United States of America. Let's go out there and make it just a wonderful day. And remember, in these tough times, stick together. Everybody's going through something difficult. Be kind. Be kind even when someone's not kind to you, because you have to just make that little ripple of love all across the pond, and it makes a difference with each little act. All right. God bless the United States of America. Keep our troops who are out there risking life and limb and with their families sacrificing. Keep them in your thoughts and prayers. God bless America. See you next week.
Amen.
See you next week. Hoorah. Good night, Chesty.